Hello, beautiful Gemini. This is Karen, the Forest Empress, and I am here with your May 1st through 15th reading. I will be pulling 3 cards for each of the first 2 weeks of May, and then we from the Rider-Waite Tarot, and then we will be following up with a Magical Messages Fairy Oracle card, and then a Power Animal Oracle card to tie everything together at the end. Before I start the reading, I just want to say thank you for all the likes, shares, comments, subscribes. I've really enjoyed getting to know everybody and learning more about you. And I've enjoyed reading all the comments and all the beautiful, wonderful, loving things that everyone has to say. And I appreciate it so much. And I try to respond to those in a timely manner. But I really, really do appreciate it, so thank you. If you would like to learn a little bit more about me or just want some more information about who I am and what I do, I did put up an introductory video, which is about 8 minutes long, and it actually goes into what I do beyond tarot card readings. My main career is actually as a writer, and I write books. So at the end of the reading, I'll show you one of the books, and if you're interested and would like to learn more, please watch that introductory video on my channel. So let's get right into your reading for the first 2 weeks of May. It's looking pretty good. The first thing that we have coming up for you in the first week of May is the Four of Wands. This is a card of prosperity. It's a card of harvesting. It's successful conclusion to a project. So if you've been working really hard on something, you are starting to see the fruits of your labor. And it can also mean, you could be seeing some material achievement from whatever this is. You could be receiving some accolades, getting some personal achievements, getting recognized in your field, which is excellent. This is a great way to start off May. And there's a lot of a theme of kind of just the springtime harvest in your reading for this early May reading, and which I think is great because we are coming into springtime and we're, coming right up on your birthday, Gemini. So this is a great way to get started into May. The second card we have coming up in the first week of May is the Eight of Wands in reverse. Now, all these achievements and accolades could have you thinking things are going to start moving really quickly. And while it might not be as fast as you would like, or you may come across some delays or hitches along the way. If you're planning on traveling, I would suggest that you cross all your T's and dot all your I's and just get every angle covered, because we are in a Mercury retrograde. We have a couple other planets in retrograde, which you can look up if you're interested in that. I believe it's Saturn and Pluto also that right now, in addition to Mercury. There could be hitches, so just be aware of that and make sure that you double check everything if you're going to be traveling in this first week of May. If it's not related to travel, it could be referring to an impetuous action. So just be aware that you don't want to jump the gun on anything. This is still kind of saying to cross your T's and dot your I's with everything, especially if you're looking at this reading as like a career reading or even in a relationship reading. Just be on the lookout for red flags, or if it's a relationship, and just kind of be as situationally aware as you possibly can. This card can also indicate a little bit of envy. If you are feeling envious at all in this first week of May, just know that pretty much everything that I have here is indicative of success, whether in the immediate future or in the little more distant future. But there's no reason to be envious because there's room for everybody, and you're going to be receiving the achievements and the accolades that you deserve. So don't get jaded by other people. If you're on social media and you're starting to feel envious, unfollow those people, or just don't look at it. Don't let it affect you, because you are really on a freight train to success, and you don't want anything like that causing hitches. If you already have delays, you don't want any more delays. So just if you feel envious at all, just write it off. Don't let it affect you. Because the next card you have for the first week of May is my personal favorite card in the deck, the Empress. And that's why I call myself the Forest Empress. I relate so much to this card, and this is a beautiful, prosperous card to be receiving in the first week of May, especially with this Four of Wands, which I also didn't mention earlier. If you're looking for a new home, or you're looking to invest in your current home, anything involving property or your home, this is a great time to look into things like that, because it is going to be successful. So if you, want to build an addition on your home, want to do a remodel, you're looking for a new home, you're looking to move, this is a good time to look more deeply into that. But let's get back to the Empress. The Empress is indicative of abundance, material comfort, security. You're protected. You also might be feeling kind of fertile. Maybe not feeling it, but you are fertile during this time. So if you're looking to create a new addition to the family, this is a great time to start trying or continue trying if you've been trying. And this is, another card that's indicative of success. So if you're trying to have a baby, there's luck is on your side. The Empress is on your side, and she is very fruitful and ready to help make that happen for you. Or, if you have what, some people call them fur babies, if you're looking to adopt a puppy or a kitten or any type of animal, she is great with animals too. And so maybe you might want to go down to the shelter and see who's there, because you might find your lifelong friend in this first week of May. And I'm just getting all body chills. So yeah, if you're looking for a new pet, great time to do it in the first week of May. You might feel the need to be nurturing to someone else, or you might need some nurturing from someone else to you, or you might need to nurture yourself. So this is a reminder that if you are feeling the need for some nurturing, or you want to give out some nurturing, it's a great time to do it in the first week of May. It will be well received. And if it is for you, ask for it. If you have a partner that you're with, say, you know what, I need a little TLC, and I bet they will be more than willing to provide that for you. This is also a firm foundation for future progress. So we got another foundational card. So whatever foundation you're trying to build, whether it's in a career, a relationship, whether it's a home, an investment, it's looking really good at the beginning of May. Let's get into the second week of May. So the first thing we have coming up is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. While you're building this foundation and you're receiving your accolades and everything is going all hunky-dory, you might be feeling impatient. You might feel like you want this success to happen faster, but don't get too over your own head, because if you rush things in the time, things need to happen in the time that they're supposed to happen. And if you try to rush it, this card is saying that it could, create a mistake at the expense of your reputation or the quality of the work that you're doing. So just remember to ignore those feelings of impatience, because there are great things brewing for you, and you just have to wait for the right time, unfortunately. And it's hard. I know. I feel it too. And it relates to, and so far your cards are all they all coincide with each other, because the next thing we have coming up in the second week of May for you, Gemini, is the Temperance card. So this could also mean the need for more patience, and because good things are coming. And it says, that there is a successful conclusion down at the finish line. You have to have a careful control and just be very wary of anything that's potentially volatile that could be in the way, causing hiccups for you. So just be aware of that with this Temperance card. Exhibit self-control. Try to be as adaptable as you possibly can. And just, using your imagination is leading to your wishes being fulfilled. So that's something to keep in mind in that second week of May. Now, for the last card that we have for the second week of May, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. This card looks this card can be kind of a bummer, but luckily for you, it's reversed. So if it was upright, I'd be a little more concerned for it being your last card in May, but it really doesn't inhibit anything that you've gotten before here. So when we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, this is a reminder to get out of negative thinking patterns. So if you're feeling envious in the first week, if you're feeling impatient in the second week, then choose another aspect of your life that is positive, that you can get a fresh perspective and focus on that part of your life as you're waiting for these beautiful accolades and these successful fruits of your labor to come through. Because this negative thinking pattern is only going to impede your progress and make things happen more slowly. So you definitely don't want to think about things too much. If you start seeing that you're getting into negative thinking patterns, go take a walk outside, go meditate for 10 or 20 minutes, go play with your animal, play with your kid, focus on a positive part of your life that you can, something that really just makes you smile and gets you giddy, because that is what is going to get you through these times where you're like, all right, come on, let's get on with this success. It's coming. It's just, it needs to be the right timing. So, and then just remember to be grateful, because when we're grateful for the wonderful things that we do have, it creates those thought patterns that the universe, allows more things to come in, and you don't have as many blockages. Or, if you feel like you're always going through things the hard way, it can actually be a little easier if you just change the way you think about things. So that's your first 2 weeks of May. Let's delve into our fairy oracle cards and see what the fairies have to say. And the reason I chose fairy oracle cards mixed with animal oracle cards for this month is because I kind of wanted to relate it to the books I write, and I'll show you a book at the end, and it actually takes place in an enchanted forest. My fantasy series, that is, takes place in an enchanted forest where kingdoms of mythical beings like fairies. It's mainly about nymphs, which are little people without fairy wings, but they're tiny. It focuses on their existence within a kind of spiritually controlled forest that is normally very balanced, but it falls out of balance. And there are these kingdoms of magical beings that live alongside kingdoms of animals, and that's why we're doing fairies and animals. Long explanation for something that probably could have been shorter, but here's your fairy oracle card. This is great for Gemini. Express your individuality. And this is going back to the idea for temperance that your imagination is leading to wishes fulfilled. So it's really that individual part of you that is going to make people take notice, and it's going to lead to those accolades and to the success, because you're going about it in a way that other people haven't gone about it. And if it's successful, people are going to be like, hey, that's pretty amazing. That's imaginative. It's very creative. Gemini are very creative people. Use that, because you can use it to your advantage in any aspect of your life. Allow your true self to shine, because you're awesome. So remember that as you're going through these first 2 weeks of May, anytime those negative thoughts come into your head, just remember that you are a beautiful, imaginative, creative, individual person, and nothing is standing in your way. Let's see what animal is coming in for these first weeks of May for Gemini to give you insight and strength in your journey. Oh, and you got the butterfly. The butterfly is transformation. So where in your life do you feel like you need that transformative energy? Because you will have opportunities to use it in these first 2 weeks. Get ready for a big breakthrough. And I think that's going to have a lot to do with your individuality. Keep your eyes peeled, because we are in springtime. There are a lot of themes of springtime in this reading. And if you see a butterfly, use it as a sign. What are you trying to get a sign about from your spirit guides? It might be showing up in the form of a butterfly. Butterflies are turning into butterflies from caterpillars. They've been in their chrysalises. They're starting to come out now. So keep an eye out for them, because it might provide the answer to a question or inquiry that you may have about some aspect of your life. Thank you so much, Gemini, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you are interested in learning more about me or the books that I write, you can watch my introductory video on my channel. Here is one of my books. This is the book 1 of the Forest Spirit series. It is called The Falling, and it's the start to all the chaos and spiritual imbalance that's going on in my enchanted forest that I've created. And I do write under the pen name T. Damon. So you could find this book, and the second book is out too, and you can find those on Amazon. Thank you so much again. I absolutely appreciate and love you for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, comments, and I will see you for the last 2 weeks of May. So in the meantime, take care, Gemini. Bye.